Hi there, this is Gretchen Willis, and I'm going to edit this cute photo of this little girl in her pink dress. And as I was looking at the photo, I was trying to kind of figure out, what is this girl doing? Is she scared? Is she sad? Is she hiding her eyes? I'm not really sure. I love how her hair is blowing in the wind here. It doesn't really look like she's scared, although I can't see much of her face. It looks like her mouth is kind of in a smile. So I think she might just be playing hide and seek, and that just kind of gives me a clue as to how I want to edit the photo. Now, before I get started, I just want to tell you the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to use cloning to get rid of this sign and this sign over here. I'm going to see what I can do over here, and I'm also going to get rid of this little bit on the concrete here because I don't really care for it. And I'm also going to crop it in because I'm not really liking any of this over here, and I wasn't really sure to do with all this negative space. I kind of wish that she was looking into the negative space, but she's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this to be vertical. Why don't I go ahead and just start with that? I'm going to use my crop tool, and I'm going to pull it over, and I'm going to keep it in the 2 to 3 orientation. I'll move it over here, and you can see here I have this golden triangle overlay here. There's a lot of different overlays you can use. If you just push the O button while you are in the crop tool, you can get it to all these different guides. But for this particular one, I have the golden triangle, and I like here how the sidewalk follows the line of the golden triangle, and I have my subject all enclosed in this one triangle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this crop, and another reason I like this is because none of this fence over here is included. So I'm going to leave that. And that's the first step. And then from here I'm going to go ahead and work on my white balance. So it looks not too far off. It's a little bit bright. I'm afraid that there might be some blown highlights on her. No, it doesn't look too bad. It's just on her skirt. So I'll just bring down the exposure just a touch, maybe. And no, that kind of messes with the shadows on her face a little bit. Maybe I'll just bring that back up, and maybe I'll just control that burn or that highlight area. This, pull that off. Okay, and then let's see. In a case like this, I really like to use my before and after so I can kind of keep an eye on what it looks like. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit cool. This is how I got the image originally, the way the person had edited it when they sent it to us. So I am going to bring it up a little bit, maybe not quite that much as she did. I like that. Maybe bring down my magenta just a tiny bit. Okay. Now if I zoom in and I can see the numbers, it might look a little bit, get a better idea. Come on, Lightroom, do your thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to mouse over this area and kind of check what my readings are. Let's see. Okay, over here on this bright area, as I expected, it's kind of bright, 92, 85, 80. Maybe right here on her hand. Let's see what it says there. 84, 72, 60. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for white balance. I would really like to see those shadows, though, a little bit brighter. I wish they were just a little bit higher. So, let's see. I'm going to bring my shadows up. Okay, so I can use the little clone circle tool thing in Lightroom to remove some of these, but it's really not the best. I mean, it works okay, but it's not awesome. So I probably would just do better to do it in Photoshop or something. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just take this photo into Photoshop, and I'm going to just edit it there and do the rest of the work as far as the cloning and everything over there. So I'll let it open here. Okay, so here I am in Photoshop Elements. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control J to duplicate my layer, and I'm going to try to clone out, and I'm really kind of stinky at cloning. I mean, I do the best I can, but I'm not totally awesome, so you get to see a semi-pro at work. And that looks a little even, so I'll probably try to mix it up a little bit. Because we don't want it to look like exactly the same. Because when you have repeating elements in your image, then it looks too much like the other part and it'll blend in too much. As you can see, I already have some parts that look too much the same. I don't want them to be too noticeable or anything. So let's see, let's get this street all straightened out here. Maybe this, and go over here a little bit, and then right here. There, that's not too bad. I kind of would like a little more of that shadow. Okay, so now I've cloned out all the stuff I don't like. Oh, I don't really like that little square on the tree trunk, so let me zoom in a little bit. And, oh, it's like a sign or something. Well, we'll get rid of that little sign, won't we? Okay. There we go. Okay, and now we've got, oh, I said I was going to handle this little part if I could. Let's go in there and see what we've got. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to clone it out real quick because I'm not a huge fan. Oops, see, now I got a little bit of her hair, so I'm going to undo that. I promise I'm not very good at this. There you go. Okay, not too bad. It's respectable. There we go. Okay, and so now, actually, I'm done with this part. I want to maybe, oh, that's right, I wanted to fix this little area here. So let's do that. And then I will take it back into Lightroom, and I'll finish the editing over there that I want to do, because I just edit in color in Lightroom more than I do in Photoshop. So I will do that over there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click File, Save, and it's going to ask me what I want to save at, and I'm going to save it as this, let's see, which is right there, save, and it's going to just overwrite it. And then when I go back into Lightroom, see, it created something for me. So actually, let's see, the one I was working on was this one, was the one I was working on. Before, after. Okay, these are getting all confusing. There. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and whoopsie, I don't want to do that. I'm going to convert it because I think I really would like to see this in black and white. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to black and white. And it looks kind of muddy, so I'm probably going to add a bit of clarity. And I'm actually going to bring up the exposure a little bit because I want it to look a little bit kind of airy and kind of like she's having a fun day out on the park. When I brought up the exposure, then it brought some of those burned areas on her skirt back, which isn't horrible. I mean, I'd prefer they not be there, but you know, it's not on her skin or anything, so. And Lightroom will do this when you're doing these kind of edits on a file that's not a RAW file or a JPEG, it'll kind of glitch back and forth like that. Because this is a PSD, because when I took it into Photoshop and brought it back, it came back as a PSD. So this is my final edit. And let's see, here's what it started out as. Let's see if we can get over to that. And then here's how it finished up. Thanks.